At first, let me ask you all a simple question. How many of you have a pocket or a wallet, wallet in your pocket? Can you please raise your hand? And with the cash in it, sufficient enough that if you are in emergency, you can use that money and not take out your mobile phone to scan through a QR. How many of you have enough cash? Very few, right? So I think most of us we have a digital wallet, if not wallet in our pocket. So we are familiar with these apps. So with some app, we have a very good interaction, a smooth one, and with some, we have a very frustrating experience, right? So here you can see two interface of or two visual designs of different mobile banking app. There is some differences in these screens beside colors and the fonts. So in mobile banking app A, you can see a scan QR feature prominent enough to grab your attention or focus. While in mobile banking app B, there is no QR feature, right? Can you see a QR feature in mobile banking app B? No. So why do we use mobile banking app or digital wallet in this time? To do transaction. And what makes the transaction easier? Just take out your phone, open the scan QR, so place it in front of QR and the transferring the money. You don't have a hustle of typing the account number, account holder's name, and all right. So if the prominent or the most desirable feature of a digital service is not in the product, do you think it is a good design? In my point of view, it definitely isn't. So I have talked about the feeling, about what we saw, what it actually is. In designing, it is UI and UX. UI, also known as user interface, is about what you see. It refers to visual design. And UX, on the other hand, is user experience. It is about the user and interaction and functional experience. The product, it is what you feel. So, do you think UI, UX is all about digital thing, app, or websites? Is it? No, right? It is used in our daily life. For example, I have taken two examples here. There are two restaurants. One is very fancy. You are like, wow. And when you go inside it, there is not a good food and not a good service. Your experience is worst. And on the other hand, there is another restaurant which is simple, nothing fancy, yet clean, but it provides a tasty and a reasonable food. And it has a very good service. So, would you like to visit as a repeat customer in the first restaurant or the second one? Obviously, because it's all about user experience, right? And the second one gave us a good user experience and we would like to visit it again. So why does UI and UX matter individually? UI, like I have focused on user experience, does not mean UI doesn't matter. UI is the thing that provides the first impression to the user. Because we always talk, first impression is the last impression, which might not be right in all the cases, but there is a saying and let's stick to it for now. First impression provides a visually appealing user grabs user attention, usability and clarity so that users can navigate easily, reducing the confusions and frustration. Also, UI is about using the brand colors so that users are familiar with that the color that represents the brand identity. Talking about UX, user experience provide user satisfaction. As a smooth UI keeps user engaged and it brings repeat customers. Also, it provides efficiency and functionality. A good UX means removing the unnecessary steps, as we have. If you were here in the first session of this hall, Asika talked about designing and on designing. So while on designing, we remove the unnecessary steps. So it improves the efficiency and functionality. And also another one is business success. Repeat customer is directly proportional to repeat customers. A business success, sorry. So let's take this example. We are all are familiar with this, right? So in first picture, you can see a different bottle for a ketchup. And in the second picture, you can see a different ketchup bottle. And with first one, the user experience is not so good. It's so frustrating, the ketchup, with the ketchup. And in second one, the user experience good and the user is happy. So while designing, our motive is to keep the user happy, because we are designing for the user, not ourselves. So what does designing for real users means? We as a designer, even we think from user's point of view, we are not the user. Remember that. So while designing and knowing your users or audience, first know their age or gender, profession or location, and what are their needs and goals they want to achieve by using your product or your app or your website or the service you are providing. Know if they are beginner or experts, because everyone is not similar with everything. They might have a different experience, and you should know if they are beginner or experts and design accordingly. Also, create user persona by using all this detail. User persona is an imaginary thing we as a designer develop to visualize who our users are and what would they prefer. Another thing is finding the pain points of the user. So if you are designing, let's take a food delivery app, okay? We have enough food delivery app as of now, right? So what is the unique feature of your product? What are the problems that the previous food delivery app are not providing that you are solving in your product? You should find that pain point. For example, there is no instruction and guidance of using the product, and the pages take too long to load. Buttons, the primary buttons are hard to find or understand. Just like I gave an example in mobile banking, the QR feature was unable to find. And another one is asking for too much of information in the form, because not everyone would feel safe. Not everyone would feel safe to provide their personal information to you. So ask the information, the needed information only, no extra. So I have been talking about solving problems. So how do we solve problem? And some examples of how few problems have been solving in context of Nepal. Understanding this, cool ideas aren't real problems, and solving real problems means helping people to find the problems, to solve the problem in a more better, cheaper, and easy way than they were doing it before. For example, let's take digital payment system, how it has solved problem in context of Nepal or international. It has eliminated the need to carry cash. As I asked you in the beginning, how many of you have a cash in your pocket, and very few hands were raised. But and I asked you if you have a wallet in your phone, digital wallet in your phone, and most of us do, right? So it has definitely eliminated the need to carry cash. And also it has made the remote payments possible. Next it has enabled instant transaction in case of emergency. We might not have time to go to the bank, stay in queue and deposit the amount. So with the QR mobile banking feature and QR system, we can instantly transfer the money. Also, it has enhanced the safety features. Next, the ride sharing app. Maybe a lot of us could relate to this. As all the locations do not have access to the public transportation, sometimes we'll have to walk to certain distance to the bus stop, or we have to change the bus and manage our time accordingly, and which is a great problem. Time management is always a great problem for many of us. So it has optimized route planning, and there is a door-to-door service which ultimately saves time, and it has also reduced transportation gap, and last but not the least, it has provided employment opportunities to a lot of people. At the end, I like to say the key takeaways from this presentation: always design beyond looks, try to solve problems, and while you are designing, empathize and research who are your users, what are their pain points, what would they prefer, what would they not prefer. And next one is iterate with users. After your final product is live, after the first phase, ask certain user to use it, take their feedbacks and make the changes and iterate. And also first think locally, do not try to solve greater problems, always start locally and then expand. So thank you guys for being a wonderful audience. Let's design with a purpose, not just with pixels. And first, and if you do not know who your users are, you won't know what to make. Remember this. Thank you. If you want to connect with me, that's my LinkedIn profile, Jyoti Sapkota. You can find me at Jyoti Sapkota, and the email is sapkotajyoti10@gmail.com. Thank you.